Hey everybody, come on in and say hello. It is Wreath Wednesday. Alright, so tonight I'm going to be making a watermelon wreath. Here's my sign. Hello from South Carolina. Thank you so much for joining me. So this says life is sweet. Sorry about the glare. Trying to make it so there isn't one. And of course it's a watermelon wreath. And the sign came from Personally Yours. And her site is plywreathsigns.com. Alright, so there's our sign. And I'm going to be using some apple green mesh. Right here, 21 inch we're going to use for poofs. Hello! And then we're going to use some 20-inch ruffles with some red and green. I've got some curls, so we're going to alternate those two. And then I have some ribbons. I've got my lime green dash check pattern. I have a black with white Swiss dots. And then, of course, the watermelon. Also with the lime green background. So we'll be using all of those. I'm going to put my camera down and you can see my work area. I also have this watermelon pick that we're going to pull apart and use to put in there. Hello, happy Wednesday. How are you? Alright, so here's my frame that I did. If you want to see how I did my frame, I do have a YouTube video on this. It's only about 7-8 minutes long. So you can check that out on my YouTube channel on how I put my ties on and where I put them and the spacing and all that. But I have 18 ties on here, 10 on the bottom and 8 on the top. And that's where I always start on the top. I'm going to gather this up here. And I'm going to put this in the first tie. Florida's in the house. Welcome, welcome. If you're new, tell me where you're from, please. And if y'all wouldn't mind sharing this, I would really appreciate that. Alright, so I like to zip tie it down at the beginning. So I'm just going to zip this over here in place just before the tie. Hello, welcome. I'm going to get that nice and tight. And then we'll cut that off. Alright. So I like to do 12-inch poofs. Alright. So I'm going to tuck these in, tuck in my sides. And I'm going to do... Yeah, I'm going to do 12-inch poofs. I was thinking maybe I'd do 10, but no, I'm going to do 12. Hey, Brando. So it's not exact, but it's about 12 inches. I like the bigger poofs, but you could do 10 if you wanted. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate that. And then we want to make that poof stand out. Have to see, that looks awful bigger than 12 inches. We'll have to check. So how's everybody's week going? I know more and more states are getting back to normal now. Has your state moved into another phase or started with their phasing? We are in phase 2 here in North Carolina. Well, hello from Canada. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you? I know, we've got rain here too. I'm tired of it already. We've had a lot of rain this year. All right, here's the last one for up top. I'm going to open up this tie where I first started, and I'm going to put this last one in here. Then I'm going to pull it straight down and start on the bottom row. Hi, Anne. Thank you. All right, so when I pull this down on the bottom, the reason I start with two ties right next to each other so that I can transition down pretty easily. So what I do is I pull this tie straight down, and I'm going to zip tie it to the frame. If I can get my tie in there. There we go. Sometimes the fingers work, sometimes they don't. Alright, so I'm going to pull that tight. And the reason I do that, it just gives it a neater look when I start, transition, and it makes the poofs look better. So I've got those ends still tucked in, and I'm not going to use that first tie. I'm going to go right past that, or through it actually, to the next one. And I always forget to go around and open up these bottom ties. Alright, so there's 12-inch poofs all the way around. It is pretty. This is an apple green with metallic in it. Alright, so now that I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and cut off this couple inches. So I flip this over here, pull this mesh up, and then I just zip tie the end down and then cut off any excess because I don't need all this excess on here. I don't like leaving it loose. Some people do, and that's fine. It's whatever you want. But I don't like it flopping around because sometimes it can come loose and poke out of the wreath. And I'd rather it not. So I just zip tie it down. Everything's a matter of personal preference, whatever you prefer or whatever you like. And then I'll just cut off the excess here because that's too long. And then I like to push my zip ties to the inside because I don't want anything sticking people. Alright, so there's our 12-inch poofs. This one's a little wonky. Maybe it's this one. There we go. Alright, so we don't need this anymore. I'm going to get this out of the way. We'll just set that down here. So if you just joined, let me show you again really quick. Alright, so here's the red and green I'm going to use in every other tie. We're going to do ruffles with that. Those are cut at 20 inches. Then I have some red and green curls that I did, and they're already bundled up. All this is 10-inch mesh rolled into curls. They're cut at 10 inches also. Rolled into curls, and then I tie them together and we put them in there. Put those in every other one. It's been a while since I've done a poof, ruffle, and curl. Because usually I do a poof and ruffle or poof and curl. Alright, and then here's the sign we're going to use. And it says Life is Sweet. It's got a little bumblebee at the top and the little flowers on here. It's a very pretty sign. This came from Personally Yours. And then we're going to add in some of these watermelon picks that I have. We'll pull these apart and add those in. And then for my ribbons, I'm going to use the 2.5-inch watermelon in every tie. And on top of that, I'm going to alternate with the green check or dash check. I don't know. It goes by many names. I don't know what's what. I can't tell which side's which. This is the... let me see. Yeah, this is the good side because the white is darker or brighter. And then I've got the black with the, hey Sin, thank you. I have the black with the Swiss dot, white Swiss dots. So we'll use those as well. All right, so let me go ahead and get the ruffles in. And then we'll put the ties in, or the curls in. So again, these are cut at 20 inches. The poofs are 12 inches. Poofs are 12 inches. You can do 10. I just prefer 12. I'm going to fold this under, the cut in under. Well, that is not cut straight. And then we're going to ruffle up the center. And I'm going to put these in every other tie. So we've got 9 of these. Hello everybody, thank you for joining me. I know. Ombre mesh is so perfect. Alright, so I like to give them a little fluff so they look like little flowers. Hey, how are you guys? Thank you so much for joining me. If you wouldn't mind sharing, I would really appreciate that. If you're new to my page, please give it a like and a follow. We're trying to get to 5,000, and when I do, I'm going to do some giveaways. I am about almost to 470. No, so let me take that back. 4,700. So it won't be too long. All right, now we're going to put in our curls. You know, I don't know. Most of you know my grandson Nathan. He's my oldest grandson. He's 14, going to be 15. He was in ROTC, junior ROTC, this year for high school, and he got an award for his outstanding achievement and leadership. We are so proud of him. So those of you that know Nathan, you know him as our fan club president. That's what we call him in here. And the reason we call him that is because he's the one that got me started making these lives. So that's the title we gave him. He's usually on pretty much all of my lives. I haven't seen him tonight. If he snuck in, I know Brandon's on here. He's my other grandson. I have 8 grandkids all total. And every one of them is perfect and takes after their grandma, right? The name of that page, Carmen, is Fab Fine Community. I think you're already in there. All right, this is the last curl going in. First timer from Texas. Deep South. Deep South. Well, howdy. Just joined Fab Fine. Thank you. Welcome. We're glad to have you. There we go. So there is our base. So I started with 12-inch poofs. I put in 20-inch ruffles in every other tie, and then we put in the other ties the 2 curls, the red and the lime green. So you have 9 of the curl bundles and then 9 of the ruffles. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do my ribbons. So I've got this lime green check, dash check they call it. And then I'm going to do some black with the white Swiss dots. Welcome, welcome, first timers. And then in every tie, we're going to do the watermelon. My ribbons are cut at 14 inches. but you can cut them at whatever length you like. This is just what I like. So I'm going to gather them up in the center, and I'm going to make them look like a little bird. And then I'm going to put them in the tie. I give them a little bend in the center because I want my ribbon tails to come out. And I didn't even think about getting tubing out tonight, but I probably will do that later. So there is the first one. There's no charge for that. We do have a design group. There's 3 of us designers. It's myself, Carla Young from the One Stop Boutique, and Susan from AC Inspired Wreaths. And we do our design classes twice a week, Mondays and Fridays, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's $14.99 a month. For 3 designers, $14.99 a month. We alternate who does the class. So like on Friday, it will be Susan. So you get 3 different designers who do different things, different techniques. We share all of our tools, tips, tricks, suppliers, discounts with you as well. And you do have access to all prior design lives. We do them on Zoom so that you can be more, interact with us. So you see us, we see you. You can have your input on what we're doing. It's just a nice little family that we get together twice a week, and it really helps out during these times when people weren't able to go out and do anything. We had each other. We knew we could see each other twice a week. And the link for either one of those groups is in my description tonight. So you can just click the link there. For the paid group, you follow that link to PayPal, pay for it, and then go back to Facebook and join the Facebook page there. And then we get you in the group. For the Fab Find one, you just have to ask to join. Answer the 3 questions, please. And then one of us will get you approved for that one. Live right now. I try to keep my sign covered up until I go live so that it doesn't get any marks or anything on it. Oops. So this is a metal sign, and there are no holes or anything in it. I don't use those things on the back. I poke the holes in them myself. So this is just a beadsmith, which is a metal hole punch. You can get it at any of the craft stores. Mine needs to be tightened, I can see. You can usually find these in the jewelry section. And it just puts a little tiny hole in it. Don't want to go too close to the edge. Putting one in each corner. Get rid of those little pieces. And then you can put your wire on there. And I use 26 gauge floral wire. And if you're looking for this sign, you can find it at plywreathsigns.com. Now, let's see. I'm going to put the sign right here. And then we'll put the watermelon over here. If I need to move it later, I can to add a bow. This wreath was started out as a 14-inch wreath frame. And when it's done, it's a little over 22 inches when it's done. Sometimes a little more. All right, so we got that in there. All right, so now we got the watermelon pieces. And this pick came from Carolina Pottery, which we have here in North Carolina. So again, if you're on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to cut this open. Thank you. Just cutting this paper off of here so it'll make it a little easier to pull these apart. Trying not to cut myself with it. There we go. So these are all wired in, so you can just pull them out. So we'll start with those. All right, so let's get these watermelon slices on here and we'll be done. All right, so I'm gonna do, yeah, we need to definitely cut these down. So we're gonna do one there. We're gonna do one down here. And these are just foam. And then we're going to put one in the center here. Let's see if we can get it right there. How about that? There we go. How's that? Maybe this one should come over here. Does that look better? Then we can put these little curly cues in here. What do you think? All right, so I'm just gonna put some glue on here. Let me get my little pad because I don't want glue on my mat. Can't stand that. So I'm just going to put some glue on the end of the stick here. And that's what's going to go down in here. And I'm going right into that tie, so it's going to glue to that tie and hold that in place. Make sure your wires or your ribbons are where you want them before you do that, because you won't be able to move them after. Want to make sure that when this is up on the door, it can be seen. So I need that to lay this way. All right, so we're going to get these ribbons out. Once I do that, we'll get this one on, and then we'll be done. You know what? I'm going to put it over here, I think. I'm going to go, maybe I should do it this way. There we go. I'm going to put this little curly cue over here. I'm going to bend this over. All right, one more and we're done, guys. This is it. Thank you. this is it. This is the final piece. And I might go back and add in some tubing tomorrow. I'll have to look at it in the morning and see what I think. Decide from there. So there we go, guys. There's our wreath. There you go. And like I said, this is available in my shop if anyone's interested. Also, alright, so here's the wreath kit. It is now listed in my shop. Everything is in and ready to go. So here's the sign, and it says America, home of the free and the brave. This is a wooden sign. So you're going to get the wooden sign. You're going to get your wreath frame along with all of your stems, red, white, and blue. You'll get a couple extra too for your sign. You're going to get a roll of red mesh, a roll of white, and a roll of blue. You get 10, those are all 10-yard rolls. You're going to get a whole roll of each. You're going to get 10 yards of this 2.5 inch that's got different sayings on it. Home of the brave, land of the free, USA, red, white, and blue, stars and stripes, liberty, America. So those will be for your tails. And you'll have enough for a bow. This is 10 yards. They just did not have them in the single rolls, so I bought the 50-yard rolls and cut them up to everybody gets 10 yards of this. And then you're going to get this 1.5 inch red with the white and blue stars, red, white, and blue stars on it. Those are glittered. And you'll get a whole 10-yard roll of that. Then you'll get 3 yards of this accent ribbon, which is the blue with the red and white dots. That'll be for your bow. So you'll get all of that. Plus you're going to get a red, white, and blue star pick and the American flag. So that is the new wreath kit that is listed in my shop already. It's $48 plus shipping. So if you're interested in that, you can get that there. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments for me. I also have 2 of the grilling and chilling wreath kits left. All right, you guys, don't forget to check out our groups. Team of Dream Design Group, $14.99 a month, 3 designers, twice a week. So you get 8 tutorials, 8 live tutorials a month. Plus you get access to all of our previous lives. And, you know, like I said, we do it on Zoom, so it's more personal and more interactive and fun for us. That's how we like to do it. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Don't forget to like and follow my page. We're trying to get to 5,000 followers, and when we do, I'm going to do a giveaway. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, too, if you wouldn't mind. Have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and have a great weekend. I'll see y'all back here next Wednesday, 8 o'clock.